Ciao, what's up everybody? Alright, we are in Vinhomes Grand Park out in District 9 in Thu Duc City. Pool looks really nice. We're at the beginning of it and we're going to walk all the way through to the back of it. So this is a requested video. I'm getting prices right now on what apartments cost here, but I remember they're very cheap. I think they're like 300 bucks for a 1-bedroom. Now you will see in the video before this, it takes about 40 minutes to get here from downtown Saigon with zero traffic. So if you want to be in a suburb, this is probably a pretty good place for you. The first thing I noticed right away is it's very kid orientated. This is a place like some of the apartments in District 2 and a bit like Central Park, where there is playgrounds everywhere. There's actually 2 chess tables here, which is pretty cool. What up, Top G Tate? Emery Tate, rest in peace. So as we can see, there's a playground like everywhere, gigantic playgrounds. This is the 3rd or 4th one I've seen just in a little area since I've walked up here. It is built very much like Vinhomes Central Park, not like Golden River. It's not as fancy as you can tell right out of the gate. The one thing I really do like about Vinhome products is they care about a patio. Now the one problem I am seeing with a lot of these patios, which I do not like, is the inverter for the air conditioner is outside on the patio. So pretty much rendering the patio useless if you choose to put your inverter out there. Now I see some people don't have an inverter on the outside of their apartment, so it must mean you can stick the inverter in the middle there. Why some chose to put their inverter out on the balcony here and not in this middle black area, I don't know. I would not have done that as a homeowner, but I'm sure they left it up to you to choose. Let's get a thumbnail. Okay. So like all Vinhome projects, first thing you can tell in this building is there's not one thing rented out here. There's not one restaurant or Vinmart or GS Mart or anything like that. Now a lot of these are rented. Like over here, there's a Winmart over here. A couple other things are rented. From my time being here, it's pretty much a ghost city as of right now. There's really not much going on. I did notice the public bus did come all the way out here, so it is possible to take public transportation here. I don't see that the subway stops anywhere close to this place, so I don't think that the value of this is going to potentially go up too much more than what it's at now. I think really this place is geared for someone that wants to save money and raise a family in a quiet suburb. This is really, or if you just don't want to be in a city and you want a nice apartment that's pretty affordable in a quiet area, this is where you would be wanting to live. For me, as you know, this is not something I desire. I get the appeal though, and I respect it if you want to live here. And this is just basically showing you, I don't know of anyone American or Western that's done a full tour here. It's possible, but I know there's some Vietnamese videos on this place, but I know they built a synthetic beach somewhere here too, so we're going to try to find it all as we walk around. What do we got here? I don't know what these businesses are. Oh, health food place. There's a Trung Nguyen. Good coffee. Yeah, a lot of people are choosing to put the inverter on their patio. I guess some don't have a choice. That is an absolute deal breaker for the patio. It just kills it. There's no use to it then. Where do these go down to? Let's go to the parking garage. Yeah. So here's a VinBus stop right here, as you can see. So they did spend them some money and got VinBus to run all the way out here. Let's go this way. It very much just looks like a Vinhome Central Park is the vibe I get. Golden River is quite a bit different than this. So I'm going to quickly walk through here because I don't want to get caught in rush hour. You know, you guys ask for new locations, new things. I'm trying to provide the most diverse content about Saigon and Vietnam that I can. So I'm coming up with new ideas, trying to bring you fresh content continuously, 2 videos a day. I still haven't seen any Westerners yet here. Fine Mart. I've never heard of Fine Mart. This looks like a Viet Mart. A Vietnamese. There are a lot of people living here though. Looks like at least 50% of these are occupied, if not more. Once I get the prices, I remember they're super cheap. I think to buy a unit here, it's $200K, which makes sense. As you can see, hyper geared towards children. So if you've got a family and you don't need to drive into the city to work, you're working remotely, especially if you're working remotely and you don't like to go out and you just chill at home, this place is a dream. This would be the exact place you want to move. Nice workout park. Like I said, these are calisthenics for usually older folks use these to get the blood flow going. Another park for kids. Some kind of punching bag. I'm curious to see what this looks like on a weekend. I'm sure there's much more people around. As you can see though, there's a lot of these are rented. I'd say 50%. Sure, you see some empty ones, but almost all the bottom floors are empty. Usually bottom floors are families, large families with younger kids that are worried about a fire and they want to be able to get out quickly. There's a GS Mart. There's a Meat Master. Usually they have USDA at these Meat Masters. Baby supplies. Yeah, I don't know how long it'll take till you see people wanting to move here. Probably a while. I wouldn't be keen at jumping down on this. I mean, just for me personally. Here's the bus. This goes pretty far back. They built a lot of these things. LG store, kind of interesting to see that here. As you can see, there's just not a lot of people here. You know, Vinhomes Central's always got another huge playground over here. So I think really their focus is family. You know, which makes sense. Vietnamese families. There's an outdoor parking lot. You don't see those much. It's kind of rare. Kind of cool. I did an underground parking. I didn't even know they had this. And the pool looked really nice. I mean, look how far back this goes. This place is gigantic. It's definitely the largest out of all the Vinhomes projects I've seen in Saigon. I don't even know how many buildings there are. It was 25. They built this sucker quick. Not a whole heck of a lot of restaurants I've seen yet. There's a couple Vietnamese ones down here. Wow, this place is ginormous. I didn't know it was this big. I don't know if they have premium buildings here like they do in Central Park. I think there's a synthetic beach somewhere. I'll try to find it. You'd almost have to drive around on your motorbike here to go from place to place. This is a ginormous complex. This is a literal mini city in here. You know, Central Park's a mini city too, but this is on another scale. They do have a Vin school here as well. A couple of restaurants here, Vietnamese. Pho Ga, 46K. Pho Ba, 60K, that's pretty expensive. But they have to have a higher price at these places to afford the rent for the apartments. Another park, another pool. We don't need to go necessarily see it. Some more stores. I do not like that you have to have your inverter for the most part on your balcony. It seems if you're inside, I see what it is. So if you're on the outside, they for some reason won't let you run the line from your inverter to where the inverters are housed, it looks like. But if you're on the inside, on the inverter aircon row, which is this black strip row up here, then you can put your aircon on that. There's a couple businesses in there. So they've got OTs here as well. This is so out here. Wow. My buddy's girlfriend lived out here when he met her. And the first thing he did was move him to Golden River. He's like, nope. Not doing it. I see why he got out of here so fast. Like I said, if you're a rural person, you like living in a suburb, you do not need access to the city, this is a great solution, an affordable solution, a tremendous solution. Phenomenal. A little forest in here. Here's some more tennis courts. This place is, Jesus. I had no idea it was this big. I would have planned for another hour here. I don't know if we'll get to see it all, because I want to get on my bike by 3:30. Oh, shit, it's already 3:30. I want to get on my bike by 4 now. So we'll walk 15 more minutes this way. I don't know if we'll make it to the synthetic beach. To do a complete tour here, I'd need to get here at like noon and walk around for like 3 hours. Like, look at this. This goes all the way around. This is the never-ending. This is bananas. Absolutely bananas. Very, very, very family orientated. I already get that feel out of the gate. This nice little stream river coming through. This is a nice touch. They should have put a bridge here though, like over here as well. They should have done, what they should have done is put a bridge like over here for walking, so you can quickly walk across to that island. There probably is if I walk the other way. A lot of these look lived in. I'd say 50% occupancy in most of these from what I'm seeing. I'm surprised there's not much more empty. Oh my God, it's so cheap here. Okay, so I get it. Okay, so a 2-bedroom, hold on. So a studio, 30 meters, 2 air conditioners, $4 million a month, curtain kitchen, 4.5 to 5 million, full furniture, just bring your suitcase, 6 to 7 million. 1 bedroom, 47 meters, 2 air cons, 4.5 to 5 million vacant, with kitchen curtain, 5 to 6 million. Full furniture, 7 to 8 million. 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 67 meters to 69 meters, 5.5 empty to 6 million. Curtain kitchen, 6.5 to 7. That means the kitchen appliances. Full furniture, 8 to 10 million. 3 bedroom, 2 baths, vacant, 7 million. Curtain kitchen, 8 to 8.5 million. Full furniture, 10 to 13 million. So I mean, just a tremendous value. But there's a but. Oh, look at this big soccer field here. That's pretty cool. Full out soccer field. Free use of swimming pool, football field, outdoor gym, tennis, badminton, basketball, amusement park, 36 HA light park, artificial sea, electricity and water, management fee, motorbike is $150 a month. Minimum 1-year contract, 2 months deposit. Access to get the apartment by magnetic card, fingerprint, Face ID, and 24/7 security. This looks like the Vin school. I'm just gonna guess that's the school. That's what they look like. I don't know if they have a Vin hospital here, Vin Mech. Okay, so the appeal is it's dirt cheap. For how quality of an apartment you get, that's very cheap. You know, my apartment's 15 million, it's double that. I could get a 3-bedroom, 3-bath in the middle of nowhere for 8 million. Again, you have to remember though, as promising as that price seems, you're in the middle of nowhere. And there's no one that's going to convince me otherwise. I just drove here. I saw exactly what was here on the way here. It is way out from the city. In peak traffic, it's probably going to be an hour to commute into the city. So, you know, you get what you pay for in life. The suburbs are always going to be cheaper, and that's what lures people in. And then smart people figure out that if you're going into the city every day, that value does not pay for itself. Yeah, it's the Vin School. I don't know where the artificial sea is. We're gonna miss it because I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna walk this entire thing down here where I think the artificial pool is, which is over here. The artificial sea. And I'm assuming they're building more stuff over here. The Beverly. So this is a different project. It's like some kind of competing project. A resort. Yeah, it's probably a different company. Or it's like a more premier, like the premier apartments of these. This is trying to be exactly a Central Park without nearly as many people. And as many, look at, there's no businesses down here but a yoga spot. How long is that yoga lady gonna hang on? Oh, she's already for rent. So the yoga lady's already out. I imagine the turnover rate for a business here is extremely fast unless you're a Win Mart, a GS Mart, something that gets used, coffee shop. It looks like this is out too already. This is probably gonna be a decent project in 10 years. You know, once housing's pretty much gone in a lot of Saigon and it becomes inaccessible price-wise, you'll see a lot more people coming here. Some pretty good prices though, man. More GS Marts, more pools, more playgrounds. So the theme is a lot of kids stuff. So to put it in perspective, for an empty studio, $4 million. It's like $170. Yeah, about 170 bucks a month. That's as cheap as it gets for something as nice as this. So, what's up, dude? So for the price, it makes sense. But you have to consider, this is what you have to consider. Are you okay with this location? And there is nothing around here to even drive to. You've got to drive into probably inner District 9 and then into District 2 for food and bars and stuff. So, are you prepared to be this far out here? For me, it would come down to having a pretty large family and needing to save money and not needing access to Saigon. And sure, this would be very, 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 I would never move here, even with that. Now we're starting to see super empty buildings. Okay, so as we get going here, these must be the newer ones. There's zero. There's like 1 or 2 rented in this next apartment. They're either just finishing it up or it's just too new and everybody's booking the closer in ones. That's pretty cute. Just gave me the wave, the hi. It's a little bit of fat and broke. Who doesn't want a little fat and broke in their life? Another GS Mart. Many GS Marts here. Those are always going to be sustainable. Open time, so they're already setting open times to diminish operating costs and paying an employee. Not the best signs. This one, like, super large amount of people are not in these ones. These have very, very low occupancy. The first 40. This one has 2 rented apartments from what I can see on the right here. Hottie over here. Walk this way. Take a look. Maybe she'll be in the thumbnail. Gotta have someone represent. more for rent signs. I don't know what all this is. Is this the synthetic park? Did I make it to the synthetic beach? This looks kind of like it from the pictures. There's a pho over here. It's ginormous. Yeah, you would need to take your motorbike to get around this place. I mean, Vietnamese are going to take their motorbikes to get around this place. They're certainly not going to walk what I just walked. I can promise you that. Let's see what this is. This is just so spread out. I think I can't go that way. I don't know. I'm not gonna like risk it. I'm just gonna walk back the way I came. I don't feel like getting lost. This looks like it takes you back to the entrance. I can't be sure though. By the way it looks like it's split into a peninsula. This isn't the synthetic ocean. I don't know where that's at. I don't have enough time to figure out where that's at. I'm gonna start walking back now. We're gonna wrap up the vlog. As you can see, this is just a tremendously large complex. I think the route to go here would be to drive around to see it all. So when I come back and look at the guy's apartment that's here, we'll drive around the whole complex. This is just a rough tour. Vinhomes Grand Park. I wonder if I can pull it up on the maps. Let's take a look at the maps. Hold on, I'm looking at the maps trying to figure out if I can walk back this way and answering stupid questions on people are like, oh my god, 25%. Like the inflation video, people are like, your math's wrong, the pho's up 20%. It's up 20 cents, dudes and girls. If you guys want to get anal and upbeat about that, even to a Vietnamese, you know, I'm tired of everybody acting like a Vietnamese only makes $10 a month. Get your head out of your ass with that shit. I'm so annoyed with that like somebody's like looking up on Google, the average salary of Vietnamese is like 5 shillings a day. Like they make nothing. That is not true at all. Half your Vietnamese population has an iPhone 14 or a 13. Where are they getting the money for that then? It's just such a triggering thing for me. It's so annoying. Vietnamese do not make what they say on Google. Most Vietnamese have their job and like 5 different side hustles. And pho going up 20 cents isn't breaking anybody's bank, including Vietnamese. Sorry to tell you, it isn't. It's not going to. Sure, on paper it's 25%, but if you're acting like a 20-cent increase on pho is ruining life for Vietnamese right now in Vietnam, get the fuck out of here. Seriously. Like, get the fuck out of here. Rant over. Let me see if I can walk this way. So ridiculous. People love to look at. That's why statistics are all bullshit. You can twist them any way you want to twist them, man. I learned that shit a long time ago. However you want a statistic to look, you can make it look that way. Where does it say I'm at? Tap to improve. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah. Cool. Okay, so can I go down this way or not? I think I can. Okay. Says I can. gonna walk back this way. Yeah, as we walk back, that's what I want to talk about, because it's starting to just get annoying. Like, people that think they're like experts here, and even my buddy now that's like arguing with me on YouTube comments, like, he's lived here for years, and he's acting like he's like that 20-cent increase in pho is a huge deal to a local Vietnamese. It's not. I'm actually married to a Vietnamese, and I'm with their whole family all the time. None of them are complaining about a 20-cent increase in pho, okay? Nor are they going to. Now, if it increased by $1, sure, that's a big difference. Inflation's everywhere in the world, and just because a cup of noodles or a coffee has gone up 10 to 20 cents does not mean it just broke a bunch of Vietnamese. And Vietnamese are hard workers. They all got side hustles. They're all doing something else. You know, very rarely do they have one job. Sure, there's a class of people that work at factories and make minimum wage. These are people who did not get educated, and they went directly into the workforce for one reason or another. So can't really do much about that. That's the life that they chose or were thrown into for some reason. But most Vietnamese, especially Saigonese, are college educated or getting trained or learned a skill set after school, so they're able to make a decent wage for in Vietnam. That's just so triggering to me. Like, it's always been something that has annoyed me when people are like, but Vietnamese don't make anything. Google said so. Google says they make like $10 a month. Cool, man. Cool. But for real, to act like 20 cents increase on a bowl of pho has just ruined people here. Come on, man. No. The only thing inflation has kind of hurt people's wallet in is like beef, pork, and some vegetable. But the solution to that is you can just go to a wet market like a lot of Vietnamese do, especially those that work at like a construction or like a basic skill set job. Those people are already shopping at the wet market, not at a grocery store. So that wasn't too affected too much by the crazy 20% inflation here. Coming at me for poor math. It is what it is. So this does say it connects. If it doesn't, that's gonna suck. Starting to see more people come around as we're getting later in the day. I would definitely say if you're going to be living here, you're going to be driving your motorbike to spot to spot to spot. Most people are not going to want to walk around this all the time like this. I don't know what's in this jungle. Are they just keeping this a jungle? I think we're running parallel with that little creek thing. And I think we can horseshoe around once we get to the end here. So yeah, in my experience, I haven't heard of one Vietnamese complaining that their coffee went up 10 to 20 cents. Same with their pho. Just because it might look like a big number, that's an easy way to take a statistic and go, oh no, it's 25%. That's a tremendous amount. Bullshit. Nope. Sorry. That's taking a statistic and twisting it towards your will. And homie, I don't fly for that shit. The only things that have actually been hit hard, just like I said in that video, is rent for desirable areas. Like, this hasn't gone up $1. This was $200 when I first checked, when this place first opened. So this hasn't changed a bit. Only rent in desirable areas and desirable apartment complexes has gone up. Airfare has gone up because fuel costs more, because they didn't operate for years. That makes sense. Hotel pricing is up. So, and those are up way more than 20%. But that's to be expected. I find this place to be interesting. It's not for me. It could be for some of you. I think we've covered it pretty well. Like I said, if you don't care about living in the city, if you're working remotely, if you're a digital nomad, and you want somewhere cheap and nice and have access to a gym, a pool, and can survive just going off to a Winmart and using a GS Mart and having access to just Vietnamese restaurants here, there's definitely no The closest thing here that I saw that was Western was a Texas chicken. So you could probably get that grab delivered here. I don't think you're gonna have a lot of access to Western world stuff, but if you're okay with those things, I think this place would work pretty well for you. Next time we do a tour, we're gonna do it on motorbike. I'll drive all the way to this back area and we'll film a lot of this stuff on the motorbike. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do a walking tour here. The place is gigantic. I can see golf carts working out well here, like they do in the Western society and some areas like this. It's definitely an interesting place. It's definitely a value where you can easily live here affordable. And yeah, $200 a month for a studio. Wow. Definitely if I was a single dude, I was a digital nomad and I didn't like city life and I just wanted to be accessible to the city, so like maybe if I go into the city once or twice a week, I could probably make this work for myself. Other than that, I could see families living here. You know, you can get that 3-bedroom, 3-bath for, what was it, 10 million, which is still super affordable. For the quality you get and for the price, it's on beat. For the location, not unbeatable. I don't know what this plant is in the middle. Weird to like take up so much of the property with whatever this thing is in the middle. I have no idea what it is. Maybe we'll get to see when we look into the fence. Yeah, it was just way out here. We're gonna see, because I'm gonna be starting to drive back in the beginning of rush hour. Maybe I'll flip the camera on at home and tell you what the rush hour time was going back from here to District 1. I'm predicting somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 minutes. The ride was much better. There was way less semis and stuff. I think they were just building this so much when I came here that that's what I was doing. This looks like a water treatment plant. Concrete plant? Something to do with something concrete. This looks like a concrete plant. I'm guessing this is concrete. So probably a wise idea to make concrete on demand here. If anybody knows what this is, drop it in the comments. It looks like some kind of concrete plant from what I can tell. Essentially what they did is they just built a city kind of in the middle of nowhere. This was probably a big open grassy area before with nothing really around it, and just plopped this down and probably got the land cheap, and there you go. So a lot of these have heavy occupancy up here. I'm seeing nearly every apartment rented in these front ones, and that makes sense. You probably would want to be in these front ones. One, for the inconvenience of going all the way back to where we were. And then these front ones have more restaurants and markets and stuff in them than what we saw in those back ones. So this will be a 2-part video. I think this will be part 1, and then the commute will be part 2, because we just did a motor vlog. So we'll do this one. Yeah, this is a concrete processing plant. It's looking like to me. I just see slabs of some kind of concrete over and over and over again. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go buy a bowl of pho for 20 more cents and hope that I have the money in my account. Oh, what am I gonna do, dear God? My pho is 20 more cents. My coffee's 10 more cents. My bank will be broken forever. How will I survive? Thanks for watching. Stay frosty. I hope this helps some of you out there. See you on the next one. Peace out. Like, comment, and subscribe.